Hello everyone and welcome back to a new video, this time from the Drivers Room Acelith Design Endurance Championship Season 2 Round 7 Tier 1. I am your commentator Slingshot Cherberg for this one. And yeah, let's just say that we have this race and one more to go, and Season 2 is done for the year. Then we have a 1 week break and move on to season 3 with new changes to cars, liveries, and new teams. So it's looking to be a very exciting start for season 3 as well. But today we are here to talk about what's happening right now, which is the Grand Valley Speedway Short in the Mighty Group 2 machines. There are a lot of people that have argued that this might be a little too fast of a car class for this track. You need to keep your, as we say in Norway, tunga rett i munn, your tongue straight in your mouth, and full focus on what you are doing because the corners are tight, the speed is high, and the crashes will be severe if you don't pay attention. But with that said, let's head down to the grid and see where everyone qualified in today's race of Tier 1. And I will have to stress again that Tier 1 is running heavy damage, and that will definitely be a deciding factor for today's race, which could end up in a lot of tears and crying and rage. I know that for a fact that that could potentially happen for this one. But with enough rambling now, let's head down to the grid, see where the boys qualified, and send them off for the second to last time in this season. All right, here we are at the grid. As you see, Highway 1, but it's the south variant. So let's see where everyone qualified, as I need to put up my cheat sheet here. Rabbit then, G-Rabbit in P1. We have his teammate Funniest Cowboy there in P2. We have Lysenko in P3 with Kojin in P4. Bakustan in P5. We have Epu, surprisingly, down in P6, but he's probably sure to gain some positions in the start. Flappy then in P7. We have Michalenko or Maffin there in P8. Ninth then for GTO in the TMB car. 10th for Gadget in the TMB car as well. And we have a Walker Space in P11, so you must have had a very horrifying quali. As we see, Huskonen also with a very bad qualifying by the looks of it, as he did not get higher than P12. And we have Vlave there in P13. So this is sure to be an interesting race. It's a sub 1 minute lap time, so the fastest guys will probably do a 58 lap time in the race, 57 in the quali, and yeah, with enough rambling, let's get down to the grid and start off the race. All right, here we are, waiting for 5 lights to go dark. And we're off for round 7 of the Acelith Design Endurance Championship Tier 1. And it is a very good start there from G-Rabbit as always, as we see them going into turn 1. We have a little drift there from Lysenko into turn 1. As they go down now to the very narrow bit, and they have to do a very hard braking into this double right-hander. As we see, Rabbit is on a fire already. He's gotten a good little gap down to Cowboy. As we're gonna just take a quick look down the field to see if everyone has gotten through cleanly. And it looks like Huskonen has dropped down to last place for the moment. Everyone else opted to go for a medium by the looks of it. As we see G-Rabbit now with a second gap to Cowboy already, and as he starts off lap 2. We have Lysenko then in P3 with Bacchus and Epu fighting for P4. As we see Epu squeezing Bacchus a little bit there, maybe a little bit too desperate to get into P4, but gets into P4. As we see Michalenko then trying to make a move as well. We're gonna get into the slower section now. This is a particularly difficult corner, the left-hander into the tunnel. As we see, everyone seems to be doing it okay for now. Gadget in P7! Oh! As Gadget spins it. And what's happened to Kojin? Alright, looking back with Kojin, let's see what in the hell happened to Kojin. Did he do the same mistake as Gadget? Oh, he did! Oh my goodness! And that opts for a pit stop already? Huh. Alright, coming back on the action with lap 3 then. We have Lysenko in P3 still, chasing down after Cowboy and Rabbit. As we see Epu has a little train of cars behind him with Bacchus and Michalenko. As they go into the slow section again. The Lexus doing a good job of still being a very decent car to use in Group 2. And we do see Epu with some damage to his rear splitter, so someone has been love tapping him from behind. It doesn't seem like it's slowing Epu down too much. As we see, Bacchus is still keeping up a good pace, but not actually gaining too much on Epu. As we see Flappy as well, trying to recover some ground here. We have GTO, we have Walker, we have Ivan and Huskonen, Blave I mean. And Kojin. I think Gadget has been into the pits as well to fix his damage, so he's opted to go for soft, to go for a fast end. The luck is not with Gadget, and he needs to fight hard these two last rounds, because he might actually be in the danger zone for relegation into Tier 2. So this is very scary when it comes to Gadget. He's never been in Tier 2. So yeah, this could be interesting to see. He needs to really bite his teeth together now, Gadget, and make sure he regains some ground here. It's been a difficult season for the TMB boys, for sure. GTO also in a relegation danger spot. As we see G-Rabbit, we have Lysenko there, been a little bit too wild over the track limits, which is very easy to do on this track. Just a slight aggressive cut over the white line, and you get slapped with penalties over your private parts. As we see, Lysenko is on soft, so he's going for the fast 10-lap stint, more than likely. As we see, Cowboy and G-Rabbit probably going for the more slow but steady 15 lap stints on medium. This track will kill tires within 20 laps. You could potentially do a two-stopper with 20 laps if you can make the tires last, but this track is very, very hard on the left front tire, as we're going to see in a little while, I think. During testing, the left front tires have taken a massive beating when it comes to the medium compound. So definitely it's going to be tough for them all. As we see Michalenko in a battle there with Bakus. Bakus still able to keep himself in front of Michalenko, but Michalenko seems to have a better pace at the moment as he tries to get in the front of Bakus. Flappy not able to gain too much on Michalenko or his teammate at the moment. As we see them going through this slow twisty and into the tunnel to start lap number 8. Epu then still doing good despite his rear splitter damage, so it does not seem like it's slowing Epu down a lot. Yeah, he is actually gaining away from the two behind him, and he is able to keep up a good, decent pace there, Epu, and be safe from Bakus and Michalenko as they go through the slow section of the track again. It's so hard. The braking you have to do in these corners is so hard. You slow down to a crawl almost into first gear, and then you have to slow down again. We see Bakus opting for first gear into the left-hander before the tunnel. As we see, Bakus has managed to get himself a little gap down to Michalenko now as he's trying to catch up to Epu. So it's going to be a couple of laps now until we see him matching Epu. As we see GTO there, we have Walker, we have Vlave and Huskonen still staying in the back. We can see the tire wear on the left front starting to kill the tires right now. As we see Kujin then as well he came out on a new set of soft tires, and they've already died off after a few laps. We see the same with Gadget. Only been out for a few laps on those soft, and the tires are dying off completely on the left front. Very hard on the left front tire this track. As we see Bakus then closing in on Epu, as we see Michalenko also gotten a grip on the car again and chasing after Bakus. As we see, very close then between Bakus and Epu down the very narrow section. As it looked like Bakus almost tapped Epu's rear, but pictures are a little funky in that section. As we see Michalenko very close to Bakus. Could potentially make a move down the start-finish straight now if he gets a good run out of the tunnel. Epu has gotten himself a little gap down to Bakus again. safe for the moment into turn 1 as we see Michalenko with a move on the outside of Bacchus. Not able to do the move. Bacchus covering off Michalenko. You would think with all this fighting that Flappy would be able to close in, but no. As we go through again. Eppu still not able to shake Bacchus. Bacchus is looking for a different line. He might try and go for the move on Eppu into turn 1 and down the start-finish straight. As we see him going on the outside, we saw this with Michalenko as well, but Bacchus had a better run on Eppu and gets himself in front of Eppu for 2 seconds, and Eppu takes back P4 as they go down the twisty again. Very strong dive there from Eppu with a damaged rear splitter. Go through the slow section again as we see Bacchus is extremely close to Eppu again, as we see Michalenko closing in. Good, strong battle here from the boys. As we see Lysenko into the pits already at lap 12, so he made the soft tires last a decent amount of time. Soft tires are not the prime tires to use for this race, as we see Bacchus on the inside then of Eppu. Eppu managing to cover him off on the outside. Going down to the S's again. Into the double right-hander. Bacchus really has a hang on Eppu. Eppu gets the better exit out of the corner of the left-hander, and Eppu managing to gain a little bit of ground, but he's still keeping in front of Bacchus, as we see, what is that, Michalenko? No, yeah, I think no, wait, what? Lysenko is a little bit further down the field than I anticipated. But the fighting has closed Flappy in on this this pack. As we see them again going through the S's, Bacchus has a good hang on Eppu's slip as they go into the double right-hander. Hard braking into this double right-hander as they try to avoid the wall. Eppu is defending now for his dear life. He's trying to just not make any mistakes. Oh, as we see Bacchus! Taking a quick look with Bacchus, I think he completely misjudged the braking. Dirty air, or Eppu broke too early. Or maybe tapped a little bit again on the brakes and caught Bacchus completely off guard. I don't know. It looked like Eppu might have done that on purpose, but it really caught Bacchus off guard. Let me know what you think in the comments. But could be a steward's inquiry for either Bacchus or Eppu, and it could work against them, as we see Michalenko has finally gotten himself into P3 and in front of Eppu. Flappy then trying to get closer to Eppu as well, as we see Walker with a half-second penalty in front of his teammate there, Lysenko. And did Lysenko go on? No, he went on mediums. So he might have gone on the wrong set of tires. As we see, lap 15 there for G Rabbit, as he has gone in. And he has put in a new set of mediums that's going to last him another 15 laps. As we see Mikalenko trying to go for a move on the outside, but G Rabbit will be on way better tires right now, and he will get away. Epu then in P7, going into the pits there. Flappy has dropped off a little bit from Mikalenko, or hasn't been able to catch up too much. Lysenko closing in on Flapster. As we see, Epu comes out in P7 just in front of GTO. GTO on new tires as well. And Bacchus did not repair his car. The front splitter definitely might be suffering from this. He will struggle with turn-in. Yeah, I know the repairing of the car takes time, but this could potentially hinder Bacchus so much more. Oh, yeah, good luck, Bacchus. You're definitely gonna need it right now as you head over to lap 17, I mean. Kojin then in P10 after his very weird spin into the tunnel in the first lap. As you see, Huskonen seems to be struggling tonight. He's usually way more up in the field. And yeah, Huskonen definitely struggling tonight as he is trying to find a groove with this car. Like I said, this is not an easy track, as we see him cutting a little too extra. Like I said, this is not an easy track. It looks like an easy track, but it's actually quite technical, especially this section. If you don't have the right gear, the right pace, the right line into these corners, you will be effed. I'm not going to say the actual curse word here, but you will be effed if you do not take that section correctly. And I will say the spin that Gadget and Kojin had in the tunnel at the exact same area is some of the weirdest I've seen. I have not seen people spin in that section during practice or anything. So yeah, very, very different. As we see Gadget then probably kicking and screaming under that helmet. He wants a better position in this race. It is a long one. It's difficult to gain any ground in this race, but let's hope our fearless leader can manage to get some points out of this. Cowboy then still staying out on his medium tires. As we can see, he's doing well. He's keeping the tires alive as we see Walker Space into the pits. And Cowboy is keeping the tires alive. But we see the left front has taken a massive beating. And he's driving the car hard as well, because the left rear is also taking a massive, massive beating in this stint. But Cowboy doing well so far. As we see G-Rabbit there in P2. He's been out for 2 laps and we can already see the tire wear on the left front. So the left front is definitely more exposed in on this track than anything else. Mikalenko still staying out. We see Mikalenko's rear left tire is a lot better than Cowboy's, but it's more or less equal on the left front. As he goes through the slow section now, being followed by his teammate Lysenko. Lysenko is faster than you, Mikalenko. Do you understand the message? They're probably having that chat right now. As we see Cowboy into the pits for a new set of mediums. So he's probably doing the 2020 stint. So the two-stopper. As we see G-Rabbit taking back P1. As we see Michalenko going into the pits. Lysenko then promoted into P3. So let's go on board with Lysenko for a lap and see how he handles this track. Understeered completely into that left-hander. It's so easy to do. It is tightening up as... Ooh, yeah, that corner tightens a lot. And that's what makes the left-hander before the tunnel so scary. It just tightens a lot. As we see Flappy then, P4 still staying out. So the tires are looking very, very good on Flappy's car. Despite him being out on his first stint. Maybe he's going for like sort of a one-stopper. Maybe he's trying to stay out for until 25, 26. Perhaps even 30. I think 30 is going to be pushing it though for Flappy. Definitely going to be pushing it as we see Epi there in P5 with Michalenko there in P6. GTO P7 then. We have Bacchus and Kojin. I think Bacchus is struggling. That front splitter is definitely hindering him right now. And I said wrong with the rear splitter. It's the diffuser I meant when I said that earlier, the rear diffuser. But yeah, the front splitter of Bacchus definitely hindering his performance as we see Kojin on the inside of Bacchus, just making a move very easy. There's nothing Bacchus could do. I think Bacchus definitely should have gone for a repair of his left wheel and splitter. It is definitely hindering his performance right now as we see Walker closing in on Bacchus as well. So yeah, Bacchus definitely struggling now with his damage as we see Vlavden. I think still on his first set of tires, or is it his second? I'm not really sure at the moment. Gadget then in P12 now with Huskonen down in P13, so he has been into the wall after exiting the pits. Difficult race for Huskonen tonight. As we see Lysenko in P3. Where is G-Rabbit and Cowboy? Still a big gap between those two as we see Eppu not closing in on Flappy just yet. He's in the tunnel now. Flappy will be heading through turn 1 now. So yeah, there's still a little gap between Eppu and Flappy. Coming back then on lap 40, we have 20 laps to go. G-Rabbit in P2 with Cowboy in P1. Due for another pit stop very soon. As I think Cowboy is going in right now. I think G-Rabbit might be going. No, he's going to stay out for a few more laps, I think. So I think this might actually be Cowboy's race to win. As we see pit out there from Cowboy, we have Lysenko still in P3. Michalenko P4. Going into the pits there. We have Flappy in P5. Right in front of Epu. As Epu goes for a move on the outside. Flappy then doing anything in his power to stay in front of his competitor. But I think Flappy is on a potential one-stopper. As we see Epu, more worn tires at the moment. Could Epu go for a move into turn 1 or the start-finish straight? Lexus is a strong car, but Flappy still able to hold Epu off. So Epu trying his best to get in front of Flappy, but losing a little bit of ground. As we see Kojin closing in, we have Michalenko closing in, we have Walker a little further behind, we have Bacchus there, he has finally fixed his damage. We have GTO about to be lapped by Cowboy and G-Rabbit. It's insane how much speed the Finns have, and that they're actually lapping P10 already. They're in a league completely by themselves, the Finns. And I think the guys on controller are definitely benefiting better, less on this track than the guys on a wheel. It seems to be a lot easier, this track, for wheel users than pad users. And from what I believe, GTO is a pad user. Gadgeton P11, he has gotten a few positions at least, and definitely points he needs. He definitely needs all the points he can get. Vlavdan in P12. We have Huskonen P13. I kind of feel sad for Huskonen. He usually is quite a strong driver, and he's just struggling in this one. So we see G-Rabbit there. Those tires have gone to hell. Very good equal tire wear, mostly on the other 3 tires, but the left front has taken a beating out of hell. There's almost no tread left, no rubber left on that left front tire, as G-Rabbit will have to go into the pits very, very soon. And there he goes. As we see, Cowboy will regain P1. We have GTO into the pits as well, as Cowboy is passing his teammate very shortly and lapping him as well. So, difficult race for Huskonen, as Cowboy in P1 now is going to definitely just easily get past. Epu into the pits. Lysenko. He's got Flappy. No, he's got GTO there right behind him. And I think Flappy is, yeah, he's a little further behind. As he, I think he is on a one-stopper. Kind of a unique when everyone else is going in way sooner. He has to stay out for as long as possible and just make sure those tires don't die. ...280 kph down the straight then. As we see Kojin understeering a little bit through turn 1. As he's gonna try and get after Flappy. Flappy is in trouble. Kojin has better tires at this point. It was Kojin, wasn't it? Androidi? Yeah, Kojin. I just have to put up my cheat sheet sometimes to have a look. If you remove Oli from Andre, that's my middle name in IRL, Kim Andre. Or with the extra line over the E, Andre. I don't know why, but as we see Flappy going very wide out of the tunnel. And he has to be careful. One wrong move and Kojin and Michalenko will get right past him. Michalenko has closed in significantly on Kojin. He has way better tires. It's not going to be long now until they challenge Flappy, so we're going to go down the field real quick and watch as Epu is in a little battle there with Bacchus, but Bacchus has worn tires. I don't think Bacchus is going to be able to do anything against Epu. As we see GTO in P10, we have Vlave there in P11, Gadget down in P12. I think he's done with his pit stop for the moment, as we see him passing his teammate. in Team Motion Blur Orange versus Yellow. And they go down the S. They're both on very new tires now, so yeah, the battle for P11 is definitely on. And as we've seen so much this season, Vlave and Gadget have been very close to each other all friggin' race long, and more or less all of the races for Season 2. So it seems like these two are stuck together like glue in a linked chain. As we see Kojin into the pits, topping off his tank with a little go-go juice as well. Mikalenko then closing in on Flappy, Lysenko is on soft tires, so he's gonna go for the attack as he nearly spins. That was insanely dangerous, Lysenko. That was insanely dangerous. Almost spinning out like that. Could have taken Mikalenko with you, but managing to keep that car riled under control. Down, boy. Lysenko then with the attack on Flappy. Will the tires hold for Lysenko? He's gonna go through a lot of tires now in the last few laps. As we see Flappy now just being a cork. Fastest sector for Lysenko, but he's not going to be able to make a fastest lap with Flappy being right in front of him. He has to try and do this on the start-finish straight, but as we know, the GTR is extremely fast in a straight line, but Lysenko managing to take him on the inside, and that is Lysenko up in the P3 with Flappy still not yielding. As I said, the GTR is extremely fast on the straight, but overall, the soft tires have way better grip right now than Flappy's car, as we see Mikalenko on better tires than Flappy. Also wants a way through Flappy. As long as it's clean, it should be good. Flappy then really struggling on very worn tires, but he's keeping up a hell of a pace. Flappy is a very, very good driver, and yeah, he's managing to keep his pace to a maximum. Now we can see Lysenko's already gained a good, decent gap to Flappy and Mikalenko already. Mikalenko on the inside. Flappy covering him off as we see some paint being scraped off. Mikalenko trying to find a kink in Flappy's armor. Trying to find a way through. Not able to do anything about Flappy just yet. We're gonna follow through the first corner, go down the field, check if there's any other battles worth noting, and we're gonna stick with Mikalenko and Flappy. I think Mikalenko is too far behind to do anything. As they go through turn one, yeah, Mikalenko is way behind. Kojin then, we have Epu in P7, we have Walker. with front splitter and left front damage, so he has been into the wall. As we see Bacchus being lapped by Cowboy. We have GTO, we have Gadget, we have Vlave. Vlave with a half-second penalty, so he's probably overextended a corner somewhere. As we see Huskonen there in a sad P13 for this race. Probably a race Huskonen really wants to forget about. Cowboy then trying to find a way through Bacchus. G-Rabbit in P2. We have Lysenko in P3 and Flappy and Michalenko there in P4 and 5. So the battle for P4 is definitely on, as we see Michalenko on the way better tires compared to Flappy, as Flappy covers the inside into turn 1. And will this be an overtake from Michalenko as they go drag racing down through the S's? Flappy's still able to hold on, but yeah, it looks like Michalenko has this one covered now. Oh, as it was a good clean pass down the S's, and I think Flappy just has to yield to Michalenko. Tire difference is just way too big between the two cars, and we see already that Michalenko is already leaving a little gap down to Flappy. Just not able to keep up the same pace, Flappy, as Michalenko. Yeah, we can see there's a big gap now. Flappy has no chance of keeping up. He has to make the tires last now until the very end, Flappy. I think it's just a couple of laps now. I think he's been lapped. So he definitely just has to keep the tires alive for another 2 laps, I think. As we see, Kujin then in P6 in the front of Gadget there has lapped Gadget. Yeah, like I said earlier, I think Gadget's kicking and screaming under that helmet. Wants a better position. He's desperate for it. He's been very unlucky in this season. All of the TMB boys have been very unlucky, but the competition in Tier 1 is extremely high. It is the highest level of competition within driver's room, and the Finns, the Ukrainians, and everyone else are just doing such a remarkable job in their racecraft. Yeah, we've had a few races where there have been stewards' inquiries, there has been post-race penalties, which I have not covered because that is old news. It has to be done within the Discord, within the server, and people will just have to accept the result of that. That is something I don't want to cover, but there has been post-race penalties and penalty points on your ADEC license, and that's just how it is when it goes a little bit overboard. But yeah, we're not covering that in the races we do. Bacchus then in P9 in front of G-Rabbit, and I think he just pulls over to the side there, lets G-Rabbit through, tries to give a little hang on to G-Rabbit. I think as soon as G-Rabbit crosses the line now, or Cowboy, yeah, that's going to be the last lap for Bacchus, so he doesn't need to drive any more laps. So I think that is Bacchus's finish. No, he has to do a final lap. Oh, those tires, that left front is really, oh, that left front is really, yeah, that's gone right now. Let's hope it lasts a few more corners until the end. Oh, Bacchus. Oh, I think the tire's about to die. No grip left in the tires for Bacchus. As we see, Cowboy, no errors tonight, and he has done a remarkable job and snagging P1. on a very, very difficult track. So great job to Cowboy. Can't complain about G-Rabbit either. Cowboy was superior tonight. And P2 there for Rabbit. Lysenko then, P3. And his soft tires are starting to die, but the track is cooling off as he will come home in P3. Great drive from Lysenko. Best Ukrainian in the field. Mikhalenko, P4. Still a drive there from him as well. Kojin then P5. We have Flappy there in P6. Just not able to keep Kojin behind either. As we see Epu there in P7, closed in very on Flappy in the end. All right, that was it for the Drivers Room Acelith Design Endurance Championship Season 2, Round 7 and Tier 1. So yeah, I actually expected a lot more crashes, a lot more repairs, and a lot more pit stops in this one. I was wrong. Before the race, I predicted at least 10 pit stops per driver because they were going to hit the wall. But honestly, these guys are so routined and so experienced that yeah, accidents do happen. Sometimes you get a lapse in concentration and you hit the wall and you get some damage. But actually, yeah, this went a lot more smoothly than I anticipated. Yeah, very unlucky there for Kojin and Gadget in the tunnel. I don't know what to make of it. It was such a weird incident that it only happened to them two, and in different cars, in the GTR and the NSX. So maybe too much speed on the exit. Maybe they hit the curb. Um, maybe it oversteered just right into the wall. I don't know. Maybe they can tell me in the comments. But yeah, other than that, very exciting race. It has been a tough track with these cars. A very, very difficult combo. I've heard that this track has probably benefited the wheel users versus the pad plebs. And it has been a very difficult race. Um, so with that said, that is round 7 done for the tier 1 boys. Tomorrow we'll have the tier 2 boys give us a showing of what they can do. And from what I heard, it's been an interesting race there as well. So yeah, with that being said, with my rambling and with my outro always being a little podcast, as you could say, I have been Slingshot Sherberg, or Kimaru75, Kim for short. And yeah, I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.